As the final buzzer sounded on the Pistons' 2023 season, two die-hard fans, Mickey and Harry, each passed out and witnessed a vision. They were visited by Detroit's very own mascot, Hooper, the stallion ablaze, who told them the only way the Pistons would ever win a championship again was if these two men started a podcast. To be clear, they said, do we really have to do this? I mean, aren't there enough Pistons podcasts already? It seems like this might be overkill. But Hooper dunked on them, right in their face, and said, your team needs you. He presented them with a prophecy. Now it is their duty to help Detroit rise again and become champions. The Order of the Blazing Horse. Welcome back to another brand spanking new episode of The Order of the Blazing Horse, the only Detroit Pistons podcast based on a mystical prophecy. And I am one of those prophets, touched by a horse, not in an inappropriate way, in a very consensual, ethereal, third eye open, nay way. Nay, not as in no, but as in what a horse says. Harry Morrow's out on the East Coast, joined as always by my co-host down on the West Coast, who's I got the most. Whenever I call him, he never ghosts.
I'm Mickey Jacobs. Oh man, what? I just wish there was like something interesting to talk about.
Yeah,
this week I just like I'm just like chilling right now. Like I don't even like I'm just like playing everything cool. Like
playing things cool, hitting splits out there on the lanes. Mickey looking like a true holy roller out there. Mickey's quite the bowler, if y'all don't know. And shout out to Christopher Hammond in the podcast chat 3401. Let's go.
I was just playing it cool, but I'm freaking out, man. We have 11 wins in a row.
How many?
11
wins in a row.
Call me Stranger Things, because we got 11 in the house right now. Don't worry about the clunkiness of that joke.
We're on the Millie Bobby streak, right? I was like, okay,
yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's what they call her. Yeah,
the Enola home streak.
There we go. What are we the goats? Are we the goats right now? Like what's going on? Is this
Order of the Blazing Goat?
Is this real, Harry? Like, do you think like how should I be feeling right now? I don't know. I need you to tell me.
I think you should be over the friggin' moon right now, because they've won 11 for the first time in what, 20 years? Almost 20 years.
Like 07 or something.
Tied the franchise record for best start in a season, which they've done two other times, and it's had good results every time. They're number 2 in the East, continue to be number 2 in the East, beating everybody, even when they're down bodies. I do want to say one of the funniest things that I see analysts do like nonstop is like, I don't know if they're real. People are starting to get hip with it. They're like, well, they haven't really beat anybody. Take a look at OKC's schedule and who they've beat. It is hilarious. Same with Denver. You know why the Pistons haven't played anybody good? Because they don't get to play the Pistons. Like, they're just too good, dude. They're stomping on people, even when they're down bodies. You can be like, oh, they were playing against the Hawks. Hawks are down Trae Young. Sixers were down Joel Embiid. We've been down all 5 starters. We've had people. Tobias has barely played this season.
Pistons bench is goated. We used to talk about how, like, oh, you know, like there's some teams like OKC and like even like last year's Pacers, like they feel so deep. We're so deep.
Oh yeah,
we're Mariana Trench deep, dude.
Oh, yeah.
We got this real. Not only that, like there is a sense of like togetherness and just like camaraderie with the team right now that is like, it feels invincible. And I know we're gonna lose eventually, but like, to who? Like Giannis is hurt. Mm-hmm. Like what's the next? I mean, I can pull up the schedule.
Pacers after that.
Yeah, I mean, even after Ben Math started putting up numbers.
He needed to go crazy in the fourth just to get it close. Yeah. Like, that's one thing that's been happening this whole run, is that, like, Pistons take the lead, get out kind of comfortable. Then there's a run from the other team where the other team gives it their all. And sometimes they take the lead, right? Like in that Philly game, I believe Philly took the lead back.
It's a game of runs.
Right. And then the Pistons either come back, retake the lead, and then hold you off, or they never give it up and then space you out. Like, it's It's so nuts. By the way, here's the next slew of games. Milwaukee on Saturday. No Giannis. He's out for 1 to 2 weeks. At Indiana, who can't stop Duran or Stu or Paul Reed.
I got to tell you, I thought here's where I've been. I don't mean to cut you off, but like every game feels like a trap game, and the trap never comes.
Oh, yeah.
like I'm like, oh, Pacers. Like I know they're so hungry for a win. They've only won one game, but like Nembhard, Siakam, Mathurin, Pistons killers. Like historically, Pistons killers. No one can do it. No one has enough to stop us, and it's just like we're shooting poorly from deep.
Yep.
We're shooting poorly from the line, but it's just like pure Pistons grit. And that sounds like such a cliche, but that is like 100% how we're winning these games.
Yeah. It's so nuts how that goes on. You're right. It is like they're all trap games. Just we have the walkthrough, and the walkthrough is having nasty dogs.
Yeah.
Having those on the team.
Nasty boys.
Nasty boys, nasty dogs. Some people don't like nasty boys.
Mixed reactions on the nickname or a nickname in general. Christopher would love to hear what your thoughts were on the nasty boys, nasty dogs.
Nasty boy? A nasty boy. I like nasty boy.
The joke too is that like Daniss is talking about how and we'll get to him. But how you don't want mutts in your house, and I got a mutt in my house right now. I love mutts.
Love my mutt. I got 2 mutts. Only had mutts. But you know, I love having a nasty dog. I love having the dogs other people don't dig. That's my kind of doggy.
Those are my dogs. Yeah.
DMX was my favorite rapper growing up. I love dogs.
Yeah.
So let's go over some of these games. So there was the win over Philly where they were missing all their starters. They did get Stu back, but he came off the bench and he helped. But like Pistons just
Paul motherfucking ball Paul, dude. It was such a Philly revenge game. It was such a
Bebo Paul was the Chicago game, I think, right?
Oh, was it? Oh, I thought he popped off in Philly. My bad.
Let me double check. I think the Indiana game, Paul's still good. Paul's still good. Let me double check this. This is the right one. Bebo Paul was the Chicago game. Last one we left off on. The Indiana game, that was, it was Daniss Jenkins.
You're right. He had 10 and 8 against the Sixers. My bad. Yeah, he had 28 and 13 against the Bulls. Sorry.
Against Philly, it was Javonte Green, which is there anybody more Piston that you'd never heard of before the season? Like, I saw his size, but I knew he was going to play backup for and play that D. He's fucking crushing it, dude. He's had 2 20-point games in these last 4. Pretty sick, coming off the bench in some wild rotation.
The steals, dude. He's diving on the floor. Mm-hmm. He's really good around the rim, too. He's good for an open 3 some of the time.
Enough of the time. Enough of the time. More often than not.
He's hit some huge shots for us. He's been so good.
Huge blocks for us, too.
And I feel like he has a place on the team. Like, I know this is just a 1-year deal, but I'm more green. I'm green with envy for more Javonte.
Throw some green at Green to bring him back,
please. Not too much, but a good amount. More than
whatever he's going to be worth.
Well, we've got some other guys to pay
for sure. Right? We got plenty. I don't think he's going to make like Mad Bank or anything. I just think he fits this team really well. And like, there was no Sar in that game, right? So they had to shut down Tyrese Maxey, and they kind of did. And the guy who kind of did that was Daniss Jenkins, like going toe to toe with him. Chirpy, Mr. Chirpy, JenkInsanity.
JenkInsanity right now. This is like, I don't want to like, blow this out of proportion or whatever, but like this does not feel like a flash in the pan to me. Like I feel like Jenkins has always passed the eye test, and we've talked about this of like, like some guys cook in the G League, like your Saban Lees. But it doesn't always translate to the league.
Looks good in the summer league too, but that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, whatever. These are guys who like won't end up in the. He is doing it against legit pros, against Pascal Siakam, against Tyrese Maxey, against Andrew Nembhard, who is a good defender.
Let's move to the Indiana game because he owned Nembhard. He owned him, absolutely took him to the rack, slashing in, getting sick friggin' layups, looking mad Dennis Schroeder-ish out there, super mad Dennis Schroeder-ish in that game.
Fast, feisty, good distributor. He just looks really good setting up the offense. And we have guys who can handle, like Karras can handle. Asara's done a really admirable job, like running the point. Daniss, it looks really natural when he does it.
And distributing really well. Like he's cutting through the lane. He's eating up the paint. He's got some sick, like kind of skip passes around people, finding the open man. Point guard. He's a point guard.
The legit point guard.
And he's a guy who can also score. Like he's a point guard who can score.
3 level, baby.
Sick.
3 level.
Also in that Indiana game, we got the return of Jalen Duren, the last day of his 21st year, and didn't do too much. Just dropped 31 with 15 boards and 3 assists.
Another day at the office, dude. Chill. Real chill stuff.
It's now the way that people talked about his body, the way announcers talk about his rippling muscles, just biceps on biceps.
Look at the size. You could just go climb up on those shoulders like a mountain. My God. And the vascularity. Don't even get me started on the vascularity. Oh,
the way that people talk about his body is the way he's playing right now. He's bigger than everybody else. He's beasting through everybody. There's a reason the Pistons are the number 1 team in the paint this year. And there's a reason that nobody scores on them. And it's not just Stu. Like they're not scoring on Duren either. I believe the 2 of them are in the top 5 or top 7 of rim protection right now, which is super nice as far as defensive, like field goal percentage allowed. Dante Massey 600 says Daniss is exactly what we need on the floor when Cade is on the bench. Some could argue he's exactly what we need on the floor when Cade is also on the floor.
They started together in this last game, and no, I totally agree though. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
You're fine. There's so much Daniss love to get, and we'll get to it because we're bringing out a piece of equipment later today.
Yeah,
and I'm sure we're going to take that in there.
Bust out some gear.
But like Jalen, let's stay on Jalen Duren for just a quick tick here. The dude is averaging 20 and 12 right now. Last season, he scored 20 points 4 times, 22 once, 21 3 times. That was it. That's what he's averaging right now.
How many 30-point games does he have this season in these 14 games?
I think it's 4. I'll double check. It's either 3 or 4, games, but like
crazy.
Regardless,
it's happened, and he's getting to the line like whoa.
He's clutch free throws.
You just see like this like light switch go off where it's just like this guy can't guard me.
Yeah,
like this guy just can't guard me. The little fades, the little jumpers like that I used to like go like, oh no, don't do that. I'm like, oh no, do that.
It's going
like,
in.
Do that. Like
the move he had where he went behind his back, between his legs, at the top of the key, pull up jump shot, nothing but net.
Yeah,
I like choked. It was so crazy. What I love about what Jalen Duren's doing. Remember over the last couple of years, we'd sometimes see him like rebound and then like bring the ball up court. We're like, yeah, he can dribble, but don't do that. Maybe don't do that. I'm happy he did that. That was development stuff for him that he's continued to do, that people have been like, please just stop doing that. Work on your inside game, work on your defense. Thank God he did that because he's beating literally everybody off the bounce. And eventually they're going to have to sag off him. And if he's hitting these jump shots, which he's hit, his field goal percentage is insane right now. I think it's like 70% or something. In that game against Philly, he shot 90% from the floor, put up Dwight numbers. They're just like insane stuff for him. So he's doing with handle. He's doing on slams. He's doing it on lobs, catching every lob, no matter where it is thrown his way.
And it's not just Cade throwing him anymore. It's everybody. They know what's up. They're feeding the beast, and he is hungry.
Just shoveling it in there like cold. My God, what an absolute freight train coming through. So, you know what else is? I know this is like a little bit down the future, but we were talking about like, oh my God, if you could stretch the floor, it'd be so big. If he's shooting jump shots like this, who's to say he can't stretch?
Was he like 80 from the line? Like over 80 from the line? I mean, like it's so funny too, because we were talking about how, you know, as early as last year, we were like, I don't know about giving Jalen Duren like $20 million. As recently as the preseason, we were like 30, he's high. I think we literally said he's high.
Yeah. And not just on his estimate.
No, like on, but I think he might be getting well north of that. And I think as we were saying, it's starting to look like top 5 centers in the league at 22 years old.
Name 5 better.
There is Jokic, there is Wemby, there is Cat. I guess.
Is he better because his defense ain't better.
We'll just say, as far as like established all-stars, we'll say Cat. Who was the last? Oh, Şengün. I think people would argue that would be about it. That and two of those are debatable.
Mm-hmm.
Top 5 centers in the league, with more upside than maybe all of them except Şengün.
Jokic, right?
Well, Jokic is
he's not hitting Jokic level. There's no way.
No. But Jokic is like the best player in the world, and it's not close.
Right. Pick and pop is Duren's future. He reads defenses so well. The gravity he's going to generate will help Cade out so much. Also, that block on Dyson Daniels was nasty. That's a great way to transition us into the Atlanta game, Dante Massey, because that was nasty. And that game, let's focus on the first half to start, because in the first half, it wasn't even close. It felt like they were playing with their food out there.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely. Yep. It was like a cat when they have a wounded rodent, just like swatting it around. And it's not like Cade was scoring a whole bunch. He had a bunch of assists and damn near triple-double watch.
He was in total distribution mode.
Right.
And he took like 3 shots in the first half or something.
Right. And like everyone was doing their thing. Just the paint dominance was so crazy. They were doubling up on Stu and on Duren, and Paul Reed, even though they were throwing bodies at, couldn't stop anybody. Pistons control the paint. They're just absolute dominant in the paint. I felt like in the third quarter, they kind of got away from that a little bit. Like it was a lot of Cade ISO kind of dribbling around, trying to get his thing going on. Way less let the big bullies get in there. And then in the fourth, they got a little bit close. They got it to within 1 after they were up by 20 points or something like that.
Yeah.
This is like the Asar return game. This was the Cade return game. This was a back-to-back night with travel on top of it. Entering Atlanta. So after Duren's big day, it's also Duren's birthday. So you know how he spent that. We'll talk about that after this game. But
nobody knows how he spent that.
I'm sure.
We can speculate.
I'm sure it was a magical night.
Yeah.
How about that? Yeah.
Yeah. Full of magic.
Full of rain. So the Hawks clawed the way back. They got back to within 1, and they had the ball with the chance to take the lead, right? Then the Pistons defense just absolutely took over at that point. So when they're up 1 with the Hawks have the ball, they force this like jump ball because like Javonte and Duncan Robinson caused like a steal that came out to like Dyson Daniels gets the jump ball. Daniss pokes away the jump ball, gets the Daniss Jenkins throwing it down. Mad nutty. Next possession. Asar blocks Jalen Johnson, who's an all-star in his right. He's like their guy. People love him.
Eastern Conference Player of the Week.
Yep. Just over Daniss Jenkins.
Crazy triple-double he had. It was like 30, 17, and 16 or something nuts with like a bunch of stocks. And look, they got some good players. I think Onyeka doesn't look bad.
Dude, he's a stretch. Like, he's looking good.
Banging threes. He's like doing his best Triple J impression out there, man.
Putting up 20.
Pretty cool.
They got good guys. They just don't have everybody who can guard Cade. Like straight up. They don't have everybody who can guard Cade. And they don't have everybody who can guard Duren either at this point. So
does anybody?
I don't know if they can.
Jeez.
We'll figure it out. So anyway, Asar blocks Jalen Johnson. Duren gets a putback slam on a Daniss Jenkins miss. No big deal. So then we go onto the other end. Asar once again stops Jalen Johnson. Duncan Robinson comes up with a steal. Duren gets the free throw line. Or like maybe that order switched up. I don't know. Duren scores some points. Next possession, Duren blocks Dyson Daniels, the one that Dante's talking about, where Dyson's running through and turned so straight up in the air and just absolutely swats that thing down.
It was textbook. It was so incredible.
Incredible vertical contest.
Yeah.
You know what happened on that block? He knocked it off of Dyson Daniels out of bounds.
How do you even do that? That's
Insane.
Basketball. It's Pistons basketball, baby.
Pistons fucking basketball. And of course, when they take it down, Asar gets a like an absolute slasher dunk on that end, like a little double clutch dunk. So we got the scare, then it's spaced out. That's just Nightbot. Then it gets back to like a 2-point game. You know, Asar's out of the game. No, I guess he's not out of the game. It gets back to a 2-point game. There's this like weird review where they call foul on Asar when he stole the ball like cleanly, but then the
foot to foot contact,
right?
The foot to it's crazy.
Here's what I want to know about that, Mickey. When your foot is planted and someone runs into it, is that a trip?
It is if you play for the Detroit
Yeah.
Pistons. That's a you can actually look at the rule book and there's like a little asterisk right there
Oh, I
that
gotcha.
yeah, so that's how that worked. Cause I thought it was really clean. I thought he got all ball, but
I mean, that's not even, he did get all ball. It's just a question of his foot being there. And I was like, if someone runs in your foot, is that really a trip? It seems crazy
right,
to
like
me.
with the charge where if you establish whatever. They got the
You know who don't care? Asar don't care because he blocked the shit out of
yeah, that
Jalen
was
Johnson.
so huge. That was so huge.
Huge block
Yeah.
on that. So then, whatever. Hawks get down to like a 2-point game with a minute 30 left. And that's when Cade, who ended up on the night, what do you have, like 25 and 10?
Like 25, 10, and like 6 or something like that.
Fifth straight game of 25 and 10. Eighth player in NBA history to do that. First Piston in history to do that. Pretty cool stuff. So 2-point game, you're feeling kind of nervous because like a minute 30 left. You're like, oh my God, don't blow this game. Don't blow this game. Cade does what he does. Takes the Dyson Daniels, who cannot stop Cade. He just can't. Like, it's just not happening. And Cade goes into the double. It's Onyeka and Dyson. Cuts back a little bit to the right. Does his little spin. Fadeaway midi. Buckets. Okay.
Splash. Yeah.
Bring it back down. They have Stu out there instead of Asar at this point. Jalen Johnson brings it at Stu. You can't bring that into Stu's house. It don't work.
That's his paint.
Not only does he disrupt the shot, he gets the rebound as well. So what happens next? Get to Cade Cunningham, charges it up there, takes it right at Onyeka, makes contact. Like, there's a ton of contact on that shot. Absolutely drains it. 6-point game. Pretty much spaces it out. Game is essentially over at that point. There's some crazy that Veet crazy shot.
The 3 at the very end to like just make it a little bit almost interesting after like doinking 2 in a row or something. Yeah.
So nuts. Hit those threes, but it doesn't matter because you can't hack any players on our team when they're out there because Stu's hitting those free throws. He hit 2 free throws. Duran's hitting those free throws. What do you hit, like 6 free throws in the final bit to close it out? Huge. Unfoulable, unhackable. And the Pistons knocked them off. The Hawks had won 8 or 10. I think they'd won like, I don't know how many in a row or something like that. They were killing it, but that was the Pistons' first real test. Oh, they're playing some real competition.
Yeah, I guess Houston was whatever, and okay.
Orlando
and Philly wasn't surging when they whatever.
It's come on, and the Bulls were good at that point too, right? Like, but enough of the competition qualifications. The Pistons are beating everybody. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who they've got healthy. It doesn't matter who's playing. Pistons are beating ass. They're belt to booty out there. B to B on back-to-back nights. They got this 3-game rest, or this 3-day rest right now. It's been sick, dude. Give me some stats from what the Pistons are up to lately.
All right, what do we got here? I mean, I want to talk. Can we talk a little bit about Daniss?
Do you want to shift the Daniss right now? We'll talk.
I kind of will because like those are the stats. Oh, we can talk Pistons if you want to talk about 15th in turnovers.
That's good.
Forcing the most turnovers in the league. Let's see. We got 12th in what do we got? Is that offensive rebounds and then second in? Is that what I'm
looking at? 12th in offensive rating, right?
Rating. Thank you.
Offensive rating. Second in defensive rating. 4th in net rating. Pretty good.
Pretty good. With lots of room to improve, by the way, because I think they are 28th in the league, almost bottom in 3 points attempted, and they are 20th in 3-point percentage at 34.6. That is not good.
No, not taking a lot, not making a lot. They're shooting almost 10 fewer attempts than like the top third of the league. It's gross.
Yeah, you know who else doesn't shoot a lot of threes and it works out pretty well for them is Oklahoma City. But
you mean Detroit East? I mean Detroit West. Detroit West.
I mean, they have great chemistry. They love each other and they play really hard ball and like they play a lot of defense and a lot of other teams just want to get into a shootout with you. Like the Lakers or like the Jazz. I'm not saying like the Jazz are like super scary or whatever, but like there's just some teams that are all offense and seems like the defense heavy ones are the ones that have a lot of success, but I do think there's like a lot of room to grow there in the 3-point percentage and I don't have it in front of me, but the free throw percentage is not great.
Over the little span, the Atlanta Hawks were like 5th in defensive rating, and the Pistons just plowed through them like they were wet paper. The
Yeah.
the reason the game got close is the Pistons just started missing shots like crazy.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they weren't getting bad looks, just missing buckets. Like,
Yeah.
whoa.
I think it was Christopher was pointing out too that like I do want to talk like a little bit about Daniss because he mentioned that he's so good when Cade's on the bench. He's also closing.
Yeah.
Like he's also just like a guy who can go get a bucket. Like to have a dude who sets the table as well as he does and just is able to like get you a bucket when you need it to like widen the gap and like pull away is so huge for us. I think Asar is like running the point pretty well. I think Karras has like gotten a lot better with his assisted
Karras
turnover.
has been so fucking good.
He's been great.
He's been so good. Like,
yeah,
absolute juice for that guy. I got to eat so much crow on the Karras LeVert.
We both do. We both do. We got to eat crow on that. We got to eat crow on what we're gonna pay Duran.
On
like
on the Duncan Robinson coverage. We haven't even really talked about Duncan. Duncan is smooth out there right now. It feels like they kind of found out how to get him the ball, what his spots are like, and bro, he's so good. He's so
well, especially when he knows, like when Cade was out, when he knew like I am gonna be responsible for like a good amount of buckets. He was letting that thing fly with like no space and no time. And I feel like the harder the attempt, the more likely it is to go in with him. Yeah. Sometimes like a wide open like might bounce off the heel or something. Like it might just around and out. But if he's in motion with a hand in his face, that thing is splashing.
It's going in. Like
it's crazy.
It's looking good. He's a breath of fresh air from three. And like you said, Daniss Jenkins is also a breath of fresh air. Like let's just move right into JenkInsanity here.
JenkInsanity. Right, but before we do, maybe if you're liking what we're doing, you're liking what we're talking about, or you're just liking the Pistons and you want to hear a couple of schmucks talk about it, give us a like, give us a subscribe. We're trying to get to 100. We got 96.
We're so close.
Tell a friend or create another account and like it and subscribe it because we will take burners. I will take burners. Better than bots. Yeah, we're having fun. We hope you're having fun too, but give us a little love for Christ's sake. Daniss Jenkins.
5-game stretch. He is averaging 20.2 points per game, 4 rebounds per game, 7.6 assists per game, 2 steals on only 2.4 turnovers per game. He's shooting 50% from the field. He's shooting 44% from 3 on 5 3-point attempts. JenkInsanity is it's so real.
Well, speaking of insanity, because like all of those numbers are crazy for a G leaguer, and this isn't like, the entire team is hurt and these are empty stats in losing games. This is like head of the snake stuff, like in a lot of ways. Like, and by the way, the Pistons are being very unselfish. It's not like fully the Daniss show, but he's playing so well within himself and within the team. And one of my favorite things about him, besides his stats, is the intangibles. He's another motherfucking psycho, dude. He is chirping like a bird out there, dude. He can't shut up, and I don't want him to. Every shot, he's turning around and barking at the other team's bench. He's calling himself a nasty dog, a mutt in post-game interviews. He just fits the culture so well, and I don't know. You look at other teams, like we were just like gushing about AJ Mitchell last week and just how cheap he is and how good he is and how OKC just like finds these guys from nowhere. We found a guy.
Yeah.
Is he a Troy Weaver guy? He might be. Or is he a Trajan guy? He might be.
I think
he might be.
I'm not.
Is he a Trajan guy? Either way, he is so fantastic. And you've even got like, the likes of Brian Windhorst talking about how this is a rotation player. Like this is like not just some like fluke or not just some, like I said, like, some guys can put up empty stats. Daniss the Manis. Yeah,
Daniss the Manis is pretty good.
We got Kade and
the Dynasty is pretty good. Daniss
really
Dynasty. We don't like.
What up, Tony? What's going on, man? My guy.
Howdy, Tony.
Good to see you in the chat.
He's a second-year guy, Troy guy. Wait, if this is his second year, that's a Weaver. I mean, that's a Trajan guy because Trajan was here last year and then Daniss was here this year. I mean, isn't that right, Richard? Richard DM for it?
DM
I don't know.
DM for what?
For it, dude. You want it? You got to DM Richard. Oh wait. Okay. Is that a play on the name Richard? I'm curious.
I don't know.
Are you a nasty boy, if you will? Nasty dog. Anyway, so like we can mess with these nicknames. I mean, the reason that we're saying JenkInsanity right now, which we don't have to stick with, but we could stick with it, is just because it's so similar to the Jeremy Lin situation. Here are the Jeremy Lin numbers in his first 5 games of that Linsanity situation. He went 26.8 points per game, which is a little bit more, in all honesty. 4.2 rebounds per game, pretty similar. 8 assists per game, pretty similar. 2 steals per game, identical. 51% from the field, 21% from 3, and 2 steals. I mean, not 2 steals, 4.6 turnovers. That's the major difference. When Linsanity was going on, it was like a 10-game stretch. He was getting 8 turnovers, 9 turnovers, 8 turnovers, 8 turnovers. Just absolutely nuts stuff. Your boy Tony been meaning to join the live stream. Love you guys and can't believe this team. We can't either.
Believe it, baby. Believe it. First of all, glad to have you. And yeah, man, this is so cool. And it's it just feels so in the fashion of classic Pistons culture. Yeah, everyone's just so, the buy-in and the compete level is just like next level. And I don't know if there's another team in the league that has that like code. I'm going to use the word code. Like it's crazy.
They were calling the Indiana Pacers the Indiana Patients, right? Because they had so many injured bodies or whatever. They had more starters back when we played them than we did. And we spanked, like absolutely spanked. That's the defending Eastern Coast champions, the Eastern Conference champions, Eastern Coast. Richard says he's been a great Schroeder replacement. That second unit needs the structured offense. And Tony says the prophecy's come true. It's been true.
It's
been true.
No, we thought it was good making the playoffs last season. But like, it's just so crazy because I remember everyone's like, oh, this is just what they're doing in the East. I remember last season, a real turning point for the team being that West Coast road trip. And everyone was like, oh, this might be real. And it's like, we're feeling the realness from jump. And I just really hope it holds. I think it will. And to the point about Schroeder, Schroeder's regular season stats with us were not great in terms of scoring. Like Daniss is actually like a more effective scorer. Dennis was great. Dennis. He was great for us in the postseason, and he was a great passer and defender in the regular season. But Daniss is kind of like doing it all right now.
Plus, the D is legit.
Yeah.
Like he's throwing his chest into some people. He's throwing his chest into some people. He's throwing his breath into some people. Like just hawking on them, absolutely in their ears. It's something else. And yeah, he can run the second unit. He's been running the second unit great. He's been running the first unit great, and he plays good next to Cade. On top of it, like it's so nice.
What is he, like 6'3"-ish?
I think he's 6'3", 6'4", somewhere in that range. But I mean, dude's got hops.
Yeah, he's a fucking athlete, man. Dude. He really and oh my god, and to be
Greg loves saying it. Greg loves saying that.
To be barking at Tyrese Maxey, like, and we weren't up that whole game. And I love the whole like everyone's tough when they're up, and like Daniss is tough no matter what.
Also, shout out to VJ Edgecombe for getting absolutely owned by the Detroit.
Is that real? Is that real? That shit
was on Reddit. I don't know.
That tweet. Yeah, I don't know if that's real, but it's
funny.
It's bananas. But yeah, no.
I could easily be had if that was fake. I'm very prone.
I'm
prone to that stuff.
Sucker.
I've been got sucker. But with this Jenkins situation, and with like the way Javonte Green has been playing, with the way Paul Reed has been playing, the big question with the Pistons is like, what is up with the rotation? There's this quote from JB Bickerstaff back in October, like, so back before the season even started. I think it was like October 6th, maybe October 5th. He's like, there's not one guy out here I can tell you doesn't deserve to play. I'm pleased with the depth we have, but we have some tough decisions to make because of it. I remember when he said that, I was like, who cares? Like, we're talking about like 12.
It's top of mind now,
right? It's a serious problem because Jaden Ivey isn't even back. Tobias Harris isn't back. Like, what are those guys gonna do at this point?
It's gonna be really tough. Like, we were talking about how we don't really have a lot of shooting right now. Like, Duncan Robinson is our only pure shooter, and like that's one of the things that we looked for Sasser for, is scoring and shooting.
We don't even have Sasser back.
We don't have Sasser back. Jaden Ivey was shooting 41% from deep before he went out. but I just don't. And I'm not saying like cut them or like trade bait or like whatever, but like you can't take Daniss Jenkins out of the rotation. Like at the very least, he and to your point that we were just saying, like Karis LeVert's looked a lot better too.
Oh, he looks really good and really helpful. He's been pushing it. He's been pushing some of the momentum. Like that's another thing that Pistons that we value really do. Dante Massey, once again, Daniss is beating starting level players on drives to the basket. His passing IQ is up there with Cade's. Freaking fearless. Yeah, all those things. Like this is diamond in the rough. This is diamond in the rough stuff on a hopefully a cheap deal that we can get to be here for a bit, because we saw how important Schroeder was to this team last year to have a secondary ball handler out there. Now we have Cade, ideally Ivey, Karis, Asar, Daniss, and people were singing Sasser's praises as a point guard earlier too.
He's got a pretty solid assist to turnover ratio. Like it might not be the most natural thing, but he's gotten better at it. It's a good problem to have.
And Duran's bringing the ball up on top of it. But
yeah, man.
Speaking of these fucking players, bro, I want to bring out some goddamn equipment if you don't mind.
Yeah, okay.
Is that cool? Do you mind?
Yeah, go ahead. Let's bust it out. I want
to get you
It's
somewhere.
time. It's been a month. Uh-oh. I'm back in the overreactor.
It has been a month.
I'm back in.
If you guys don't know, I went on eBay at the beginning of the season. I got this great deal on an overreactor. And that's, it's pretty sick. We didn't know exactly what it did, but when you get into it, you start feeling some kind of way. It could have been called the some kind of way reactor if you wanted to be that way. Mickey, I'm going to push you into that if that's all right. Tell me how you're feeling, dude.
Okay. I mean, like I just feel like now that like everything's going so well, like we're still gonna be fucked in the playoffs. Like Cade's 3-ball is gone. Like what happened to that? He's shooting under 30%. Like Mickey, he's gonna get exposed. They're gonna start going under screens, and he's just gonna fall apart. And there's still not a number 2. And I just feel like I just.
Mickey, we gotta get you out there. Hold on.
Yeah, it's too much. It's too much. The threes aren't falling. They're not falling.
Whoa, Mickey.
Woo.
You really feeling that way? That seems like a little bit of an overreaction.
Now that I'm out of the overreactor and I'm breathing in fresh air, I feel a little better.
Fresh air.
Look, yeah, that's sweet smog, baby. But no, I look, Cade's 3-ball has been a little problematic, and we've already got 2 non-shooters. Well, kind of, I guess. Duran's not looking so much like a non-shooter lately, but we need Cade to be able to knock down shots. But he was looking money preseason. He was looking money towards the end of last season. Playoffs, like he was a little hesitant to shoot threes, and he was overtaxed. I'm hoping that just with the internal development of everyone else, he won't be as taxed. I just think he's in a little bit of a slump. But the fact that we're winning games like makes me not worry about it, and he's still taking them. Like, I mean, he's still going for it. Like, I don't know.
Here's how I feel about it. When he is making threes, when it fucking matters.
Yeah.
In the fourth quarter, in the clutch, when he needs to hit his threes, he's hitting his threes. So, like, oh my God, the percentage is down. What his percentage in the fourth quarter is like 45% from 3. Like,
clutching, when that was such a knock. Like last season was like, he's great, but he's not clutch.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just been great and clutch.
And the turnovers
are
way
the
down.
Defense is really good too.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's the one thing that's not going right. And like, but it's just something that on paper you'll see pundits look at and go, oh, well, he's not the most efficient. And you're right. The guy with like the 3rd highest usage in the league is not the most efficient.
The guy who's still not getting enough free throw attempts is not the most efficient.
It's crazy.
Also,
it's crazy that he's not even top 10.
No, he's not top 10. The Los Angeles Lakers have a guy who's getting 12.3 free throw attempts per game in Luka, and a guy who's getting 9.8 in Austin Reeves. There's only 2 players that have over 10, and it's Luka and Giannis, and then right there is Austin Reeves. Disgusting.
Gross.
A little disgusting.
Yeah.
I would say get Cade up there. Cade's like 2nd or 3rd in drives. Getting contact nonstop. Like I said, that Onyeka one, he got hit. He's been getting hit.
Yeah.
Get him to the free throw line. But like if your shooting if your inefficiency is a problem and the shooting is a problem, you're still winning these games like pretty decisively. I mean, come on. And we just talked about like teams can't trap him anymore because what are you going to do? You're going to give it to Duren, or are you going to give it to Asar, or are you going to give it to Stu in the short in the short roll, and it's over? Or are you having a secondary ball handler out there in Asar, in Daniss Jenkins, and hopefully Ivey pretty soon, and it's over. Exploiting these like these traps. It's not hitting like it was last year. That's why he said his turnovers were up. And in the interview with Kevin Durant, he's like, there are people coming at him a little bit more than he was expecting it to. And it's just, he's figuring it out. Everything's like slowing down for him. Cade gets better. That's why he was king of the monsters, bro, because he gets better with every hit. I'm not worried about it. I'm glad you were just overreacting because
that was just overreactor stuff. I'm chill about it. I'm whatever now that I'm out of there. But you get in, you see how it affects you. It has a crazy effect on a man. I'll tell you what.
It does have a crazy effect on a person. You know, I want to clean this thing out before
clean it out. It's got I left a mess in there. I'm not gonna lie.
It smells good though. Like for a mess, it don't smell too bad.
Thank you.
Let me make sure I can get in this thing. Oh yeah, I am in here, and it doesn't feel too bad. In fact, I feel pretty good. I feel jacked right now. I feel like you should be throwing mad amounts of money at Jalen. I feel like you should give him a max. This dude is playing out of his mind. 20 points and 12 rebounds. You can't stop him. You can't even get to the rim. We're talking about one of the 5 best centers in the NBA. I don't think he's just
Harry. I can see the vein on your forehead.
He's gonna be fucking all NBA, dude. This man is gonna be all NBA.
Harry.
I'm positive.
You okay? You back?
I don't even know if that thing was on. I don't know if that's no reaction.
I got to tell you, you were making some sense in there.
He could be all NBA.
Backs in there, dude.
Like
it is broken.
Like
it doesn't work on Harry for some reason.
It's just maybe I'm just always overreacting. I'm just always at that level.
Yeah, your baseline's too high.
Tony says that his overreaction to the Pistons are OKC East minus all the picks. We just said it, baby. We're starting something. Let's just start calling OKC Detroit West from now on.
Yeah.
Richard says that thing's broken. You ain't wrong, son. It might be broken. Mickey, do you think he's playing at an all NBA level?
I do, but I also don't. I'll be honest with you. Like I don't always fully understand the difference between All Star and All NBA, or like but the numbers he's putting up are crazy. Like the defense is better. The scoring is like doubled. Like I think we were talking about like when it broke that like Jalen Duren's camp wanted north of 30. First of all, we all laughed and accused him of being high, and we must have been high because he was absolutely right, and we were like, oh, I think he'd probably have to be putting up like 20 and 10.
Yeah.
And he's doing more than that.
12.
He's doing more. It's fucking crazy. MIP front runner. I totally see that. I think I think a guy like him, a guy like I forget if AJ Mitchell is a second-year player or
he's a second or third-year player, and it's like going pretty well, but he's not putting up Duren numbers. Like it's not close to Duren numbers.
No, and he's not. I don't know if you could like argue that. I mean, I guess they're winning hella games too, but I don't know if like the impact Duren is having is like so clear.
It's guys like Jalen Johnson could be in that conversation. Josh Giddey could be in that conversation.
Yep.
I mean, I don't fucking know who else. As far as like when I'm really looking at it, it's Jalen Duren's to lose at this point, and I don't know how he's going to when he's able to just bust through everybody like this.
Yeah.
It's nuts. It's just nuts, man.
Shirt with all those muscles. Just ask the other team's announcers. My God.
Oh my God.
No, he's doing so much, and he's improved on like so many levels in so many different ways, and it's also just like so clear what a pillar of our culture he is, and just like him and Cade are just like lockstep. Like the chemistry is like he's beyond skilled, but the chemistry is crazy too. Oh, am I going back in for?
We're gonna put you back in a second.
I don't like what it does to me. Is the problem? Well, maybe
it'll funk you up in a better way. Maybe things will change for the positive.
I don't know. I go dark in that thing, man. I go dark. It's. I don't want to force. See, I'm just starting to feel like I don't know about this Ron Holland kid. Like he's had a rough stretch. Like I don't know. Like maybe he's a bust. Like he can't get to the rim like he used to. Like I know he's my boy, but like he can't take care of the ball. And like the three ball's gone, and like even around the rim, he's looking a little sus, and like I just kind of like was hoping that he could step in and be that number 2 option, and now I just like I don't
know. Got to get you out of there, son.
Yeah.
Oh my God, had to shut that thing off.
You
were talking smack about Ron in there. That must
whining about that's my guy, dude. That's my guy.
It's clearly not broken. I mean, that thing is doing what it's supposed to, because that was an overreaction. I know you don't feel that way.
I don't feel that way at all. And like, by the way, like this has been a weird 10 days or so when like everyone's role is kind of fluid. Like nobody, like you've got guys like Daniss stepping up. It's hard to know like what's being asked of Ron on any given night. And like he's not always gonna like it's his sophomore year. I'm not saying it's a sophomore slump, but like sometimes the three balls fall and sometimes it's not. But what stays consistent is the steal numbers, dude. The stocks. Like he continues to be a disruptor and another like huge part of that dog culture.
The steals are out of control.
Yeah. He's an impact player, whether or not he's scoring efficiently. And I truly believe that'll come. Like he's really only just started to work with Vincent like that this past off season, right? Or like the last season. And now like, I think it's only getting better. We also haven't seen him do one of those feet shuffling travels in a little bit.
True.
Which was like a problem to begin the season. And yeah, I don't know. I think he's also just like a victim of like all the depth we have right now.
So Tony says that his wife calls him Ron Hollywood or something. Which is so fucking funny. Ron Hollywood. Oh my God.
He's got that deep voice, I feel like he's like could have a radio show or something.
We got to get him on the Great British Bake Off. Paul Hollywood and Ron Hollywood.
Right.
And Dante says how I was about to bring this up. Dante's spot on with how Jalen Duren is looking. I'm willing to be patient with Ron, especially when we have vets like Javante. That's exactly right. Lest we forget, the Pistons are winning all these games while going through a developmental year with so many of their players. Their young guys are still developing. This is still technically a developmental year for Jalen Duren, for Asar Thompson, for Cade Cunningham, for Isaiah Stewart.
Oh, some would argue that Jalen Duren is fully developed. And by some, I mean every opposing announcer.
Every national analyst at this point.
Anytime he gets to the line, they like to talk about his development.
But with Ron, I think it's tough for him because we're expecting so much out of it, and his role isn't that defined. Like we want him to be a better passer. We want him to like figure out his 3-point shooting. We want him to be like more floor aware, handle the ball a little bit better. And I think he's being like a little tentative with when he's in his head a little bit. And he's still only 20 years old, right? He's only 20 years old. And like, he's had a rough go of things. Don't you think that rough go of stuff is going to be in your head a little bit? He's still showing flashes of like finishing at the rim. The steals are still nuts.
By the way, he hasn't like punched anybody.
No.
He's not gotten in nearly as many scraps. Look at JB. JB's like not getting texts as much. Like he's using his chat. Like everyone's kind of like Stu's like had like a couple things, but like for the most part, everyone. JD got tossed. JD get tossed for jacking Ahmed in the face.
That's true. Stu can afford to cool it every once in a while with the pushing people on rebounds.
But he's not taking himself out of games.
Only a couple, but not as many. Only a couple.
13 games. I might be a homer.
Overall, yes, that is correct. Everyone seems to be like more level-headed this year, and it's working to their advantage. And like again with Ron, there's so many things we want him to develop. Let him figure this stuff out. I guarantee by the end of the season, he's going to look like a different player. And I still think the shooting numbers are pretty solid. The 3-point ball is still up from where it was a year ago. Yep. Like he's fine. Absolutely fine.
Good. They look good, except for when they completely miss everything. But no, I agree. And I think like, we have high expectations because he just like kind of personifies so much of like what Pistons basketball is. But like, he actually has the luxury of being one of our first like high draft picks, rookie and second year players that isn't like, all right, here's the keys to the offense. Good luck. Like Cade had and Ivy had when Cade went out.
And Duren
absolutely. And like bad habits were formed and like Monty Williams happened and like that. so much responsibility was like not necessarily helpful for some of those guys at a certain point. I think Ron has the opportunity to be able to develop as we're winning. Like he doesn't like he's learning how to win like as a young like first second year player, whereas like these guys had to go through fucking hell. Like
my guy's he's learning how to win before he's learning how to play presidents and assholes because he can't drink yet. He's still only 20 years old.
Right.
So he probably already knows. Maybe he doesn't even play that game. I don't know if anyone plays that game anymore. Or if
I've never heard of that. Actually.
You never heard Peace and Ace?
I just rolled with it.
Chat, do you guys know Presidents and Assholes? I'm not even a drinker anymore, but that was like my big
That was
game.
the game.
That was the game for me. Coming up because it's always fun to make people feel little, I guess, when you're drinking. So I don't want to.
Is it just called Asshole?
Maybe.
I know Asshole. All right, yeah. All right. Sorry, I didn't mean to divert.
I mean, I'm the one who brought it up. So
go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't want to use the overreactor anymore because, quite frankly,
I don't like the way it makes me feel.
Yeah, it's a rough place to be.
Good tech though. You got it for a steal.
I got a great deal. No tariffs on it, which is pretty sick.
Nice.
And if you want to hop in the overreactor some point, let us know. And you got to do that by liking and subscribing to.
There's always room in the overreactor.
You can
I see a lot. I think a lot of people I see on Reddit, they seem to have their own overreactors at home. So maybe they're going around, but
they live for it.
Yeah, but we were talking before we hopped in that goddamn machine. We were talking about just sort of like the embarrassment of riches that we have right now with just all of this great talent that's contributing, and like a lot of it's two-way talent, and a lot of it's two-way talent from a two-way player. Mm-hmm. But what, Harry? Like I know this is like it's early days. What do you do about all of this talent? Like how do you consolidate? Like are there players that you want to like see and like maybe trade, or are there people that you're just like, I know I want to keep this guy? Like we can do a little armchair GMing if you want, if you feel comfortable. I don't want to put you in a spot you don't want to be.
So I don't mind armchair GMing. I mean, I've said some crazy things.
Sound off in the chat too.
Yeah, we'd love to hear what you want to do.
Who goes and who stays,
and like just what the rotation looks like because Ivy is coming back. Right, that's happening. He's
with the G right now.
Yep. So is Tobias. They both assigned to the Motor City Crew.
That's cute. That's cute. I love that. I love that they're both palling around in the G.
Mm-hmm. So that means they're both ramping up to come back. So then the question is like, what's the rotation? Who's getting minutes? Who's doing what? Do you make a big trade? Do you break up this chemistry? And we're not going to know for at least a month. We probably won't know until late January. So don't expect to move before then, I would say, because you got to see what Ivy looks like in the starting lineup. And he's not going to be in the starting lineup for a little while. They've been pretty slow with players coming back. Like that, when Stu came back, they didn't put him in right away to start. When Asar came back, they didn't put him right away to start. Ivy hasn't played basketball in like 11 months, except for like one preseason game. So he'll probably be on a minutes restriction when he comes back. He'll probably get some time with the starting unit just to see like how it all looks. But like, we got to know if he works in that starting lineup, and you'll have a couple months before you have to like make the decision if you want to put him in a trade or not.
It's really unfortunate timing, just with everything and like the injuries and stuff. And like it's not unfortunate that we're surging the way we are, but it's unfortunate that he's had to be on the sidelines throughout.
Right. It's bad. So with him. Then the question is like, how much of a role do you give him because Daniss is playing so well and because Karras is playing so well, right? Like,
yeah,
I imagine that if it comes down to like, do you want to keep him or Karras? It's going to be him because Karras is on like a pretty easily tradable contract, and like Ivy just straight up has more upside. When it comes to Daniss is on an incredible contract. He's a two-way player right now. Don't even have to sign him to a contract unless you want to be in the playoffs, unless you want him to play more than 50 games. This year, and at that point you'll probably get him way cheaper than you'll get Ivy, even if Ivy's a disappointment, which I don't think he will be. If Ivy comes back and he's shooting like he was at the end of last season, that kind of fixes your 3-point problem. But then is he starting over Duncan, who is the best 3-point shooter on this team? Maybe. And is Stu going to be your power forward of the future? He's going to be starting 4 because it looks like when him and Duren are playing, you can't fucking score. Like, you just cannot score on that duo. It's damn near impossible. So if that's the case, are you going to trade Ivy and are you going to trade Tobias, two important players, both leadership wise and like production wise on this team, consolidate that to get a bigger player who can maybe shoot the three better than Tobias was. So you can keep a player like Daniss or Duncan in the starting lineup. And then your rotation is, let's call it Cade, Duncan, Asar, X4, Duran, or even Stu and Duran. And maybe the two is somebody and Duncan's coming off the bench. And then it's Daniss, Duncan, Karis, Ron, Javante, Paul Reed. See, we're already at 11, even when you get rid of Ivy and Tobias. That's what's so crazy about this whole situation. And like, where does Sasser fit into all this? So I think, and I'm not going to like name a player, but I think I'd wait for a month or 2 months to see how it goes with Ivy. And then at the deadline, you have to have a decision. And my decision would be like, okay, we have to figure out who's really going to be in this playoff rotation, get it down there, or make that trade, consolidate, and kind of shore up your lineup. What about you?
Yes. Man? Well, Tony, before I get into my thing, Tony brought up a player I love that I think we both love is he's talking about, because we've sort of shown that we can win without Tobias and he's expiring. Like, do you get some value out of that? Package him with Tobias Ivey in a first or two for a Derek White. And that's a guy on our list of names. Like, we love a Derek White. We love a Trey Murphy. Harry's quite into Lauri Markkanen.
Depending on the cost. If the cost requires like Ivy and Ron,
30 PPG. Okay, so is that the tipping point for you?
If it requires,
if it's two young guys,
if a trade requires two young guys and those young guys are like top 5 pick young guys, it's a problem for me. If it's two young guys and when those young guys is like Ivy and Sasser, then not as much of a problem. If it requires Stu, that's non-starter for me.
Yeah, no, untradeable. Tony, I'm curious if in that scenario, do you slide Stu into the starting lineup and have Paul Reed as your backup? Because the way Paul Reed's been playing lately, that doesn't sound so bad.
No.
And Stu and Duran have been playing like a good amount of minutes together.
Plus Javante can play backup 4. Plus Ron can play backup.
Certainly he can play backup 4. But I'm like, if we're giving up all this stuff, like, would it be like? I know the Triple J, the chip, like the Grizzlies are falling apart. Like, and I don't know if Lowry and Triple J's value are equal. Like, that's really tempting for me to like throw a bunch of picks with like some combination of like Tobias, Karis, Ivy, Sasser. And like, I know we're like already talking about Ivy like he's a trade piece just because we've been winning and he's kind of been out of sight, out of mind. Here's what I'm worried about. And it's not really his shooting or scoring. It's like the consistency, the defense and the turnovers. Because like if we traded for a guy like Derek White or, like even if like a Daniss were to slide in, or if you use the trade exception in a pick for a Keon Ellis, like you have like an insane defensive lineup. And like you have guys who can take care of the ball. Like Derek White is so good. Yeah. Triple J would be so incredible. He would be so incredible on any team really. But, it's like, I'm just worried. Cause like Ron kind of plays a little out of control. Sometimes he's developing. Ivy sometimes plays out of control. Like even when he was shooting as well as he was last season, and like, it's been a year since he's played basketball, but the assist to turnover ratio wasn't good. And the defense wasn't very good either. And Daniss is kind of like, I'm not saying I want Daniss to start, but like, I kind of think he could.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it really just sort of depends what's available. Like guys like Derek White, guys like Trey Murphy, guys like Triple J, and like, if possible, a Lauri Markkanen. Like, but I do, chat, would you, if needed, if the asking price for, let's say, one of the big fours, like a Lowry or a Triple J was Tobias, Ron, Ivy, and picks, is that a no or is that a yes? Because it's really scary for me to package Ron.
It's too many dogs out. Like
that's too many dogs.
To me, that's too much of the team chemistry gone. And here's like another concern I have. Duran's going to get paid. Like that's no longer a question. Now he's going to be an expensive center. Right. And Cade is already a supermax player. You have to pay Asar. You're going to have to pay Ron, probably. And then if you make a trade for a big player, if you made a trade for Lowry, that's what, a $50 million player. If you made a trade for JJJ, that's a fucking $50 million player. With if you got Trey Murphy, we can talk because that's 30 million, right? That's not so bad. But
yeah, well, and then New Orleans' willingness to move off of a really good player on a reasonable contract is like maybe lower.
Right. And you're right. It is hard to know Ron and Ivy's trade value. It's just they're an exciting young player who's shown a lot. I mean, Ivy's stats last year were sick, like absolutely ridiculous. And they both have exceptional elite talents. Like Ivy's speed is elite. There's no doubt about it. He's just so fucking fast. And Ron, like again, 20 years old, he's got size, he's got tenacity, and he has this awesome ability to finish. I know it hasn't been like as much recently, but this is just like a little slump. I'm not worried about his slump while he's trying to figure out other stuff.
We're all still very high on Ron's upside. Right. Like overreactions aside, love watching Ron on the floor, like have kind of a ridiculous amount of patience for him.
When Ron was having a rough offensive game against Philly, when he came back in with Paul Reed, they changed the game. That won them the game. He's
a difference maker for sure. Like, and you feel him on the floor at all times. So the money's a really good point. Just to go counterpoint on this, what's the worst thing that happens if we don't make any moves? Let's say we win
the championship.
What's the worst thing that happens? That's the worst thing. No, but because like Tony's talking about like, you know, are you leaving like value on the table if you don't move an expiring Tobias? And it's like probably like on a literal level, but like it's hard for me to envision Trajan trading Tobias because of what I've heard he means to our team's culture and locker room. Am I tempted to be like, yes, let's package Tobias, Karras, and Sasser and Ivey, whoever for like a big fit? Like, I just don't think they're gonna do it. Like, I just think like not in a like bad way. I think there are some Trajan Troy similarities in terms of like patience and being measured and not like leaving money on the table like Troy did in some way, or making deals that don't make sense, but like just that sort of like, let's see what we got, let's finish this out. And like, you know, if they don't think we're going to win a championship this year, which would still be a long shot, even though we're winning hella games, you've got the entire offseason to sort of like, and you've got till the trade deadline to, you know, make like a shrewdery move where it's like we got him for free. So like who's to say what like depth piece we could add or like consolidation we could do if like I guess what I'm worried about mostly is like if you're spreading out minutes amongst Daniss, Sasser, Ivey, Karras, Duncan, like it's just too many. Like there's just not enough minutes to go around.
It would be Tony says Tobias signed here when we were terrible and it would be tough to trade him when we're finally good. It's super true. And on top of that, like as far as like wasting the value of his contract, how about keeping the value of him as a player and a leader, right? Like he's a productive player.
They love him. They love that guy.
He's like, part of the system. The defense is good. Like I know people don't think the defense is good. Remember when he was holding up against Cat in the playoffs? Like
yes,
he can do this.
He was holding up against, was it Triple J or no? What big was he holding up against this season? I forget who he played. Was it Paolo? It might have been. I think it was Paolo.
It was Paolo. Yeah,
it was Paolo. Where it was like that's their best player ostensibly, and he was looking really good. Like he's held up against Giannis in certain games, like or at least made his life hard. I do think the offense has been underwhelming in this small sample size. Like sure. I think that like especially with Cade's 3-ball kind of down, like it sucks when Tobias's looks flat too, and it's just like rimming out or he's rushing it, but or like the back downs are kind of slowing down the offense, but like it might just be like he expires. Like this is not the future of the team is not Tobias Harris at the 4. So I don't know. I do think it would be like colder blooded than this front office seems to be to like, you know, ship Unk like that.
I don't think they make a big move and trade away Ivey and Tobias unless they stumble into like a really good situation.
What's the Ivey situation where like when do we have to pay him or move him? Well, I forget the timeline on that.
So like you can't extend him, right? So you have to either move him by the deadline or he's going to enter restricted free agency. And then a restricted free agency,
We could still bring him back.
we can still bring him back. Other teams can make an offer. And
but you risk losing him for nothing if you don't want to match.
Or you could do a sign and trade and get like something small out of it. So that's the risk with it. Is like, how well does he play? Does he play well enough where he'll warrant that kind of contract from Detroit? Or does he play not well enough, but you still expect him to ask for a lot of money? So you move him. These are all questions that we are anticipating the answer to, where we don't know what the answer really should be just yet. It's just like the way this team is the first place team in the East right now, and they love each other, and there's a culture here, and everyone has a role and they know their role. I don't know if you guys watched the Pistons back in 2004, like back in the going to work time period. That's how it was. People had the role and they fucking crushed it doing it. The thing that makes me feel this kind of way though is like they did acquire Rasheed Wallace. They just didn't acquire Rasheed Wallace for that much. So if you can stumble into a situation where you get a Rasheed Wallace, by the way, Rasheed Wallace on this roster in the 4 would be so fucking insane. Could you imagine peak Rasheed Wallace on this Pistons team? He'd fit so damn good.
Would you I think I've heard this before, but because I think they both need to get paid this year. Maybe I'm 1 year off with actually. I don't know if I am. Would you trade Jaden Ivey for Tari Eason?
No, Tari Eason's always injured. He's always injured.
He is oft hurt. Yeah. Yep.
So
I only ask because I feel like he projects as a young Sheed.
Yeah.
A 4 who plays defense and shoots the 3. And they got a crowded front court over in Houston. But yeah, the injuries, like he's missed a ton of time. And I'm
gonna look up his stats right now, see how he's played. Tell me what you like about Tari Eason though.
I like his defense. I like his shooting. And, I'm going to be honest, I haven't watched a ton of Tari Eason. I mostly know like the idea of him. And there are a few guys in the league like that. There's a few like young stretchish 4s like Jarris Walker, who I'm like, oh, I like the idea of Jarris Walker. Watch Jarris Walker play. I don't know if he can handle all that. I like the idea of Jarris Walker more than
I don't know if he can handle the ball. Like his offense is busted, dude. It's so busted. It's kind of crazy that he was like in consideration for the Pistons pick.
You see a guy over 6'9" bang a 3 and you lose your mind.
Mm-hmm. When did you see that? Like a year ago? Because it's not happening now.
He hit one against us.
Oh yeah, I guess he did, but his 3-point percentage.
No, it's not. No, I remember they were like comping him to Stu, and it was like he wishes.
Mm-hmm. Who doesn't wish? So Tari Eason, this is his 4th year. He played 82. He played all the games in his first year. Great job. Then 22. Then 57. He's played 11 so far this year.
That's pretty good.
It's not bad. 3-point shooting percentage. Pretty good this year. It's great. It's 50%. Other than that, he's hovering around like 35, 36%. Still pretty good. Blocks, steals. He's way down in steals this year. He's only averaging 0.8.
Yeah, but how many minutes is he getting?
23. Same amount of minutes as he was getting last year. Pretty much, yeah.
I still feel like there's less opportunity, but we know he's capable of it.
For sure. He's a defensive dog. Like there's no doubt about it.
So there's certain players, like here's something that I find interesting because like I really expected, and it's early. Real quick. Richard brings up a good point about Tobias. Is he a nasty dog? At least I think that was about Tobias.
Oh yeah.
Could be wrong.
Yeah.
Is Tobias a nasty dog?
Yeah, he's a nasty English bulldog. That's what I see for Tobias Harris.
High on Jarris. Yeah. No. Well, so there's some players that like, and I think this is really interesting. Like this is something I'm learning about. Like the more I get into basketball in general, is like there are certain guys where the more run they get, the better they look. And then there are other players where the more run they get, the more kind of like exposed they get as like role players. And there's nothing wrong with that. But like, I fully expected Nembhard and like players have different skill sets. Like that's not like just 1-to-1 or whatever, but I expected Nembhard to go crazy this season. And even though he's coming back from injury, it's not really looking like that's what's happening exactly. And like, you know, you look at a Ben Math who's got like the greenest light of all green lights, and he's just filling it up.
Yeah.
Like before he went out, he was like averaging 30 points, and he kind of his first game back with like no minutes restriction, and like maybe he was okay, and they were just slow to bring him back in because like when you're 1-11, like what's the point?
Why rush
But
it? Right.
yeah,
And,
but
and also when you're 13-2, why rush it? Right.
right. But like it's just interesting to me. So I don't know that Tari Eason would be a guy where like, hey, you give him 25 to 30 minutes. Is that you know, like net positive, or is that actually like not great? But I don't know. Like I kind of like the fit. Chat, are there any like, you know, smaller fish that you're interested in, or like guys like Atari Eason where you like, you know, maybe it would just be like an Ivy, because like they need a point guard over there sometimes, like without Fred, like they don't have, and like Ivy's not like the world's greatest point guard, but he's like, I'm sure some teams would love to have him as a backcourt of Amen and Jaden Ivey is crazy. Fucking athletic.
But like that is crazy athletic, and that's why I kind of want to keep him on the Pistons, because we have Ausar Thompson. You know, it's like if the
better Thompson.
Yeah, I still see a lot of national buzz that Amen's better, and like he's up for all these words. I'm like, are you guys even fucking watching this Pistons team right now? Because they play so fucking similar. Like, I know people say they play different. They play so similar. I don't give a shit. But like, let's say Ivy puts up the stats he was putting up last year, right? Where he's averaging like 19 on 41 with 4 and 4. That means you have Cade averaging 25, Ivy averaging 19, Duren averaging 21, and then Ausar and Tobias averaging like 14 a pop.
It sounds pretty good.
That's not so bad.
It sounds pretty good.
That's really not so bad. I have a feeling that this team stays together. That's my, and I think that's what I might do, because I don't know what the cost of everybody else is, and like, we'll see how it goes. And the theoretical, this team is great, and the real, not theoretical chemistry on this team is phenomenal. I know people are doubting, like, or a little bit nervous about like what the chemistry will be like when Ivy gets back in. He's been here this whole fucking time. He went through the losing streak. He went through the bad seasons. He watched them win. He helped start the transition of them winning.
Yeah.
Do you really think he's not going to fit into this?
Sending away Tobias, like, there is no less cold than sending away Jaden Ivey, who cried when he got drafted, wants to be here, and like you said, helped kick off like the transition from like worst losing streak ever to like a competitive playoff team. I agree. And I think we've got time to figure it out. And part of like what makes this team so great is the togetherness and is the chemistry. And I do think he can integrate back into that. And like, if we got some tough decisions to make at the deadline, champagne problems, baby.
Right. I'm not worried about it. And I'm like, in all honesty, I'm more excited to have him come back and do his thing than I am worried about like what's going to happen. I think what eventually is going to happen with the rotation is that Javonte will probably fall out of the rotation when it comes to playoff time. Paul Reed will fall out of the rotation when it comes to playoff time. Chaz Lanier will follow the rotation when it comes.
For sure, Chaz, and
he's been good.
Who had a nice game. A nice game against Indiana. Was it? Or no. What was Hawks? He looked really.
He started his first 3 threes, and bro, the defense is good with Daniss. With Chaz. Like, he's fine. Like
it's fine. It's fine.
It's super fine. It's not bad. So my guess is we're gonna get to like a 9-man rotation of Cade, Ivy, Ausar, Tobias, Duren, Stu, Daniss,
Duncan, gotta have him in there.
Ron.
See, I think Karras falls out instead of Javonte. I think you need Javonte's versatility, and I think Karras is good, and I think his value is going up, which is good. But like, you know, maybe if that's your like 10th, like your 11th man, you know, like that's a good problem. That's a good. I don't know. Like, I just don't see how you bench
Javonte at this point.
Yeah, or Javonte and Daniss.
Yeah. Well, I think Daniss is in.
The backup point guard.
I think he's the backup point guard, because you can play him with Cade and you can play with Ivy. Like, both. It helps both of them out significantly. It helps out Duncan Robinson significantly. It helps out your bigs significantly. So let me go through it again. I just want to count it again.
Sure,
Cade, Ivey, Asar, Tobias, Duren. That's your starting 5.
Mm-hmm.
Then we know Stu is going to be there. We know
probably
Ron, Daniss, Duncan. There's 9. And then
it's Karras or Javonte.
It's probably going to be Javonte then for
positionally, yeah.
Yeah, so like that makes sense, which is crazy. It's really crazy to think about. And like if Danish starts to lapse, then you bring in Karras, right?
Yeah.
So, but I think a 9-man rotation, 8 or 9-man rotation, that's going to be hard to come by. And if it gets down to that, then I think Ron will fall out of the playoff rotation, and I think maybe Javonte would fall out of that rotation if I had to make it like an 8-man rotation. But
Javonte, they're both such an impact. Javonte's a high impact. They're both really high impact players, and I feel like Javonte makes less mistakes.
Than who?
Ron.
Yeah, but I'm saying I think they might both be out of the rotation because then if you're only keeping 3 bench guys,
because then Stu play.
It's for sure Stu.
Well, they can alternate. Like he can play spot 4 and 5 minutes.
Right, and then you have Daniss probably because that helps out a lot, and you have Duncan definitely. Right. Yeah. So, I mean, the other option is not Daniss because you have Ivey, and
or if Daniss like falls off a cliff somehow, right. like that, which is I guess possible. I just don't see it happening.
Right. I mean, I don't either. He's playing incredibly composed. And then if Ron picks up, then Ron like stays in, or like it's hard to say this. What I'm curious because even in the playoffs, it's not like you have to do 8 or 9. You could do all fucking 10. And the way injuries are happening at this point, why not?
We were missing 2 of our key guys in the playoffs where like it would have been so good to have like a Javonte, Daniss. I mean, I guess we had Daniss, but like a Javonte or a Karras or like a Paul. I mean, we had Paul Reed.
He played. He did play
big time. He played big time minutes. But I think, look, we don't know how things are going to shake down. But I do think like one thing I would urge fans and myself, like I say this to myself too, is like we got to be patient when Ivey comes back. Because like to expect him to just like snap into place, like into this like crazy winning streak or like what, I mean, who knows if it'll still be going on when but it's exciting that he's in the G. It's exciting that he's coming back. And
I think it might be going back on when he comes back. I think there's a chance he could play before Thanksgiving for that. Boston.
So I'm pretty sure I saw this stat online that is really interesting about how when the Pistons have won 13 in a row, it was 04 and 90. And you know what happened those years.
Oh, yes, I do.
So 2 more games. 2 more fucking games, dude.
And those games again are against Giannis-less Bucks. I'm gonna repeat that. Giannis-less Bucks. And then the Indiana Pacers.
Don't let Kuzma do it to us. It can't be Kuz.
Mm-mm. I have too much faith in these guys. There are too many guys who won't quit on this team for this team to give it up at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's what it feels like, is that they won't let us lose these games. Like guys like Cade, guys like Duren, guys like Daniss, guys like Stu, guys like
Javonte.
Yeah.
Like they're just not gonna stop. Like guys like Karras, like every one of these guys wants
Duren's leap is just like, it's just crazy. Like it's so sick.
Dante says it's crazy. 2 things we were afraid of 2 years ago. Duren and Stu starting together in hockey lineups are all something we are way more okay.
Yeah, okay with. Those 5 in, 5 out. It's crazy. Now it's like we need those guys to get run, but like it's just such like I remember and like in the first couple games we were so worried about like Ivey was so important, or Beasley was so important to our vibes last season, and he was, but there's like a different but similar vibe this season, and it's like even stronger. And it's like that internal development is developing, and like so grateful because like some teams can't do it and they squander talent and like players leave and they go elsewhere, and the fact that they have like been through literal basketball hell and have like clawed from the depth, like no team has that. Like there's no degree of like the trenches together that the Pistons, like it's just beyond anything, and like it's far and away the best story in the league. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, OKC are awesome, but like they're so awesome. It's boring now because they have all the picks and they've made all the right moves and they've just like taken advantage and capitalized. And like, that's amazing. Like Sam Presti's a genius, but like, this is different. Like, this is like true hardship, like turning into victory. And it's like so much sweeter. Like it's so much sweeter. Yeah, it's exciting. But yeah, let's give Ivy a little grace when he gets back, you know, and just enjoy.
I do want to offer one silver lining if Ivy struggles for a while he's back.
Go ahead.
It's going to make him more affordable.
Yeah,
it's going to make him
and it's data. It's data that we desperately need because still Tobias, Ivy, Cade, Duren, and Asar. Did I say Cade? I think I might have missed Cade.
No, you said Cade.
But 2 combined minutes.
Have never started a game.
They've played 2 combined minutes, all of them on the floor, which is crazy.
It's crazy. The projected starting lineup has never started, and eventually we could get Stu in that starting 5 instead of Tobias, and that could be an all Troy Weaver pick lineup, which also crazy.
Great scout.
He drafted great talent. Like, you got to give him credit for that. And this is just a fun team. We're experiencing some seriously fun basketball. We've been experiencing seriously fun basketball since last December. It's been a full year, not just the one season. It's been a full year of this. And if the Pistons win on Saturday, they'll have won as many games in the first month of this season as they did the entire 2023-2024 season.
Insane.
It's crazy.
By the way, like other people, not just like national media or whatever, like I have a buddy at the bowling alley who's a Clippers fan, which is rare because like practically everybody is. I mean, I'm like kind of a part-time Clippers fan out here. Like that's the I don't go to Lakers games because they're crazy expensive and the franchise is fucking evil. But the Clippers franchise is looking pretty evil too these days. But he's like, you're a Pistons fan too, right? I'm like, primarily I'm a Pistons fan. And he's like, man, I'm thinking of jumping on. I'm like, there's room on the bandwagon, baby. Like, because he's bummed out about what's happening is like exciting. And people are excited to see basketball that's not just spamming threes, you know, like it's really throwback and cool. And like the way the league has gone and just become about like gambling and like you know, Saudi money and like the 3-point line is like, it's really cool, like just to see them sort of holding that candle, you know, like
the Detroit candle, the Detroit style, best style pizza, best style basketball.
Yeah Crusty, baby.
And it's
a little
deep,
burnt, a little rough around the edges. You know?
A little rough around the edges, super deep.
Yeah,
and people don't believe it's the best style. They're also like, nah, it's not the best.
Yeah,
but like, yeah, I don't know what else to say. This has been fun. Basketball's entertaining. Thank God Hooper came to us and caused us to start this podcast, because I don't want to say we're responsible. Don't want to say we're responsible, but
you didn't say. Tony said it. Tony said it earlier. He said the prophecy's coming true, and we thought that last year, but we didn't know. We didn't know it would happen this fast. We didn't. I mean, I guess it's not fast when you think about it, but like from the time we were visited and touched in a consensual, ethereal way, it's actually pretty quick.
Ooh, Absinthe 42. Welcome to the chat. The pizza is where it's at. Got to put the pepperoni underneath and on top of the cheese.
Yeah, don't make me choose. Put it. You want that pep sando. You want that like layers. There's layers to it. There's layers to the team. You know,
inside and outside your arteries. Clog
so true.
Up.
So true. Give me that grease right in the vein, baby. But chat, y'all have been great.
Y'all the best.
This has been we love it. We love the interaction. People we know, people we don't. And I've asked before, but I will ask again. Like, subscribe. We're trying to get to 100. We're going to be doing this every week. And there's lots to talk about. God, Harry, when we reconvene here, do you think we're still going to be on our streak?
So it depends on what day we're recording.
Yeah, we might not do Thursday.
So we could do a post game Wednesday one. Are you going to be around? Because
we'll figure it out. I'm not exactly sure.
So chat,
we'll let you know.
Listeners, we'll let you know. We'll let you know earlier this week or later this week, I should say, when we'll record. But the next game is again Saturday against the Bucks, then against the Indiana Pacers, and then Wednesday against the Boston Celtics at 5 p.m. Your pre-Thanksgiving.
It's very doable. And by the way, 13 seems real doable.
Bro, while we're here, let me just read off the rest of November.
I'm looking at it. Yeah.
Saturday, the Bucks at the Bucks. Monday at the Pacers. Wednesday at Boston. Friday, we come back, face off against Orlando. And then we have to fly down to Florida after that to play the Miami Heat. That's the
back-to-back and a travel day. That's wild.
That's going to be why not just play both in Florida at that point? You know what I mean?
I know, that's shitty. That is really weird.
It's so strange. But at least you're not changing time zones or anything. So there is that. But those are going to be the hard game. I mean, to be fair, Boston's playing better, but
Boston's playing better, and he doesn't look bad, and Magic have turned a corner too. By the way, who knows? Pacers with Ben Math reintegrated, buddy. That game got a little interesting.
Come on, buddy.
I'm not worried.
We didn't have K that game. We didn't have Asar that game. I ain't worried about it. And the reason I'm not that worried about the Boston game is because of the big situation. Like, they're not going to stop Durant. They just can't.
How? They'll just have to do the thing they always do, which is like shoot a million threes.
They're making more now. Like White and Pritchard woke up a little bit, but like again, after watching Asar just like completely swallow Jalen Johnson like he was Anaconda and like just
unhinge his jaw.
Right. Just absolutely fucking nuts. I'm not worried about anyone's best scorer. It's over for them. So I just don't know. I'm feeling good. Let's see how far this fucking streak can go. And
I like it.
If they're not back, I mean, if they haven't lost by the time we come back next week, maybe we'll go streaking. Maybe that's how we'll start the show.
Listen. We'll see. All the more reason for y'all to tune in.
Mm-hmm. So catch us next week. Catch the Pistons on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy yourselves. Have yourself a merry little end of November here. And we're going to leave the show the same way we always do, which is indeed by saying the acronym OBH as an onomatopoeia, because that is how a horse would say it anyway.
Exactly how a horse would say it.
I've been Harry.
And I'm Mickey.